Elkanah B. Atkinson's tavern was run on a plan that was strictly his own, and he allowed those duty-fied sons of a gun would far better leave him alone. He allowed that he always had plenty to eat for folks that liked Biddle's plain, and when it come down to potatoes and meat, his house was a credit to Maine. The garden truck he raised himself. He raised his pork and his pantry shells, just barely grown with jams, and the shed out back he smoked his hams. And he had the darndest hens to lay, got 50 eggs most every day, and every egg was big as your fist and fresher than a whiff of mountain mist. Then Mortimer Perkins came down from New York, a salesman for corsets and things, with his trousers all creased and a la-di-da walk as though they were jiggered on strings. He stopped at the Atkinson Tavern one night, and he said to Elkanah, said he, "Now I want to be called just as soon as it's light, for I'm going the first train, don't you see? Now I want to be called for that train, my good man, for it's very important to go. So really, old chappie, just see if you can do a thing right once you know." Elkanah B. Atkinson with all respects to the very tip end of his nose, and said he, "When a fellow expects to go the first train, well, he goes. So fall right asleep, and don't worry a mite. We'll get you to go tomorrow all right." Elkanah B. Atkinson sat all night and kept the office fire bright. He nodded some and yawned and smoked, and 3:30 he went and poked the kitchen fire, and pounded steak and set the potatoes in to bake, and started the coffee and all the rest, and then went up to call his guests. Bangity-wang in the cracked old door, wangity-bang it checked to snore. Under the coverlet, warm and thick, when the good old-fashioned feather tick, P. Mortimer Perkins opened his eyes in the cold dark dawn with much surprise. Felt the cold on his nose like a frosty knife, and he never was so sleepy before in his life. Said, "Really, old man, would you please go away? I've changed my mind, and I think I'll stay." P. Mortimer Perkins cursed and swore, but Elkanah burst right through that door, and he yanked that drummer out of bed, and he brandished a chair around over his head, and he poked his ribs, and made him dress, so sleepy still that his gait got asked. And he marched him down to the dining room, where he ate his meal in a peerless gloom, while over him stood the grim old man with a stick and a steaming coffee can. When he'd finished, he asked, as meek as a pup, "Please, may I be put up?" "Why, certainly, Mr. Elkanah said. You can go to Tophet or back to bed. But when a fellow leaves the call for an early meal, he gets it served that up genteel. And when it's served, well, now you bet, there ain't no peace till that meal's been et." There was an old man, and he had a wooden leg. He had no tobacco, and none could he beg. There was another fellow just as cunning as a fox, and he always had tobacco in his old tobacco box. Said the wooden-legged man, "Won't you give me a chew?" "Nix," says the other, "I'll be darned if I do. You roll up your money and throw away your rocks, and you'll always have tobacco in your old tobacco box." Mary had a little lamb. His fleece was white as snow, and every place that Mary went, the lamb was sure to go. "What makes the lamb love Mary so?" the eager children cry. "Why, Mary loves the lamb, you know," the teacher did reply. Mary had a billy goat. The fleece was black as jet. He followed her around all day, and he liked her, you just bet. He went with her to school one day, and that was against the rule. It made the children laugh and play to see a goat in school. And so the teacher turned him out, but still he lingered near, and waited patiently about till the teacher did appear. And then he ran to meet the man. He ran his level best. He met him just behind, you know, just down below the vest. The teacher turned to Somerset. The goat stood on his head, and Mary laughed herself so sick she had to go to bed. When mother says do this or that, don't say what for or why, but let her hear your gentle voice say, "Mother dear, I'll try."